New at 6. Who are the ancestors who came before us? Being able to answer that question is empowering as it puts your people in a time and a place. But for African Americans, finding those names of the formerly enslaved is a huge challenge as they were not listed as people until the 1870 census.
And this month, 13 News Now will air a documentary called Roots Recovered, Reclaiming Our Names. Tonight, a clip featuring an Essex County man who cherishes the story of his third great-grandfather.
My name is Ronnie Nelson Sidney II. I was born in Dunnsville, Virginia. Currently a social worker, a licensed clinical social worker, also an author, father, professional speaker, husband. This church raised me. We talk about villages, you know, the elders in the church, you know, my parents, my grandmother, great-grandmother, they all attended this church. So for me, just being here, you know, even not even knowing it growing up, it inspired me, it empowered me, it gave me a sense of identity.
There's a name that means power to Ronnie Sidney II, his third great-grandfather.
When my dad told me about Lewis Corbin's story, so now I have a personal connection to history.
In Essex County, Virginia, lived Lewis Corbin, a slave in the 1800s, on the Bellevue plantation right along Ware's Wharf, owned by Edward Macon Ware. Documents show a long list of slaves owned by the Ware family. Their value, a few $1,000s each, some for lesser amounts.
How can I complain when I had ancestors who endured slavery?
The knowledge of one's roots fertilizes future generations to grow and prosper.
He escaped slavery and, you know, went to the Hampton Roads area to join the Navy, then to come back to the same community he was born in to fight. Just showed you how much he wanted freedom for his family. It just made everything that I was going through minimal, you know, because this man did so much.
Pension files rich with information about the past show he served on the USS Ella, a Union Navy steamer used as a picket and patrol vessel of Confederate waterways. Almost 30 years later, Corbin filing a pension claim. I claim pension on account of rheumatism, affecting my legs, especially in my knees, contracted while serving in the U.S. Navy during the late war.
Names are very important because if not, it's sort of generalized, it's not real. But when you can go to a cemetery or, you know, my grandmother, her last name was Corbin, so, and my uncle's names were Corbin and my aunt, so that name has always been in my memory. But to hear a real name, and I can actually go on a website and type in Lewis Corbin Civil War, and I can get 83 pages of documents, you know, written about him. If I could even live up to even half of his footprint, that will make me feel like I've done something worthwhile.
And you will learn more about Lewis Corbin and how he influenced Sidney later this month in our documentary, Roots Recovered, Reclaiming Our Names. It's Wednesday, February 28th at 8 p.m.
Looking forward to that, Jana. Thanks.